David Muir, ABC's World News Tonight, America's most watched newscast. Now streaming same day with all the breaking news of the day on Disney+. Most watched, most trusted. Now on Disney+ every night.
Tonight, the breaking news here, this heat emergency across 30 states. The real concern now heading into the 4th of July holiday. More than 180 million Americans tonight under excessive heat alerts. The temperature in New York City hitting 100 degrees today for the first time in more than a decade. The heat index well into the triple digits from New York all the way down to Texas. It'll feel like 110 in New York City tomorrow, 111 in Philly. Emergency rooms filling with patients tonight. The alarming moment, a boy at a baseball game collapses during the national anthem, a player carrying him out. And the shark warnings tonight outside New York City and reports of a shark attack elsewhere. Lee Goldberg standing by with the full 4th of July forecast. Here in New York City tonight, the arrests and felony charges now after millions watch those two suspects climb to the top of the Empire State Building. Tonight here, what we've learned, authorities on what the security cameras inside reveal. Sources telling ABC News they went through a security hatch on the 102nd floor and a lock had been broken on the 104th floor. Some of this playing out the day before the climb. Aaron Katersky standing by. The other major security event unfolding in New York City tonight. Sniper team seen on the roof, streets closed near Madison Square Garden. Major security changes tonight involving the streets near the venue for Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce's 2-day wedding. And what's playing out right now? Tonight, the Justice Department now charging a former American Olympian with damaging the reflecting pool. What federal authorities claim, the Olympian tonight saying he did nothing wrong. The chilling and deadly confrontation in a Walmart parking lot. Police say video shows a man shot and killed by a woman in a dispute over a parking spot. Newly released video tonight, sources say, showing the moment the U.S. Coast Guard seizes a boat while searching for that missing American wife. The husband says she was swept away. Tonight, 8 days after those two earthquakes, the remarkable moment. A man is pulled out alive from the rubble. The Tesla driver crashing through a home, killing a woman inside. What's now happened to the driver? And the World Cup thriller, what the U.S. men's team has pulled off, and Whit Johnson is there. And with the 4th of July almost here, the potato chip recall tonight, and the FDA is calling this their highest level of recall tonight.
From ABC News World Headquarters in New York, this is World News Tonight with David Muir.
Good evening. We begin tonight here with this life-threatening heat wave across 30 states, 2/3 of this country, and authorities are really concerned over the cumulative effects of this heat now. New York City hitting 100 degrees today, the first time in more than a decade. The feel-like readings even higher. More than 180 million Americans tonight under extreme heat alerts at this hour. The heat index, that feel-like reading, topping 110 degrees from the Gulf right up to the Northeast and right through the 4th of July. Tonight, emergency rooms reporting an increase in patients suffering heat-related illnesses, including heat stroke and heat exhaustion. Alarming images across the U.S. A young boy overcome by the heat during the national anthem at a minor league baseball game. A player coming to his rescue right there. Beaches in the Northeast tonight packed with people. The warnings to swimmers outside New York City. Sharks spotted in the water and the shark attack reported on the East Coast. Lee Goldberg with the forecast right into the 4th, and ABC's Matt Rivers leading us off tonight.
2/3 of the country are trapped under a dome of oppressive heat. And tonight, paramedics are sounding the alarm that in triple-digit temperatures, anyone can be a victim. From these firefighters battling a blaze in Wilmington, Delaware today, to workers laying blacktop outside Boston.
It's pretty dang hot out here, to be honest with you.
The CDC says the rate of emergency room visits for heat problems has exploded in the Midwest, 36 times higher this week than last week, and now the temperatures are soaring here in the Northeast. New York City's real temperature hitting 100 degrees today for the first time since 2012, 106 with the heat index. Northwell Greenwich Village Hospital paramedic David Frazier says he's seen about a 30% uptick in heat emergency calls already.
People who are used to working outside, maybe in 80-degree weather, but not 100. And so they think, hey, I can tough it out, and then unfortunately they can't.
At a St. Paul Saints game this week, a boy on the field collapsing during the national anthem. Outfielder Walker Jenkins carrying him in his arms to the dugout. Thankfully, he's okay. The heat also straining the power grid. Outages reported in the Bronx. New York City's Con Edison reducing voltage in some areas. In Washington, D.C., where the heat index topped 111 today, officials are debating whether to hold the Capitol 4th concert tomorrow. Today, they said it was too unsafe for the public to watch the rehearsal. Families flocking to beaches. In Liberty County, Georgia, authorities say someone was bitten by a shark Wednesday near Ossabaw Island. Our New York station, WABC, tracking new shark sightings off Long Island.
2 lifeguards that were on that lifeguard station spotted a 9-foot shark in the water right there at Point Lookout, so everyone was alerted.
And after that hammerhead sighting off the Long Island shore, multiple sightings closing multiple beaches today. And David, that humid 100 degrees here in New York City feels like 106, and it's only set to get worse tomorrow. Authorities are concerned about the cumulative effects of that many intensely hot days right in a row leading up to July 4th weekend. David? It
really does build. Matt Rivers leading us off tonight. Matt, thanks so much. Let's get right to ABC senior meteorologist Lee Goldberg back with us again tonight. Hi, Lee.
Hey, David, I can confirm suffocating heat here in New York. It still feels like it's 100 to 105, and we could have the warmest night on record in the mid-80s. We're in the heart of this heat wave, the heat index topping 110 degrees in the Northeast, and the heat warnings, they continue on Friday. It'll feel like 107 in Raleigh and Memphis, and 110 degrees again in D.C. and Philly and into New York City. A little less extreme Saturday the 4th, but still feeling like it's over 100. The real relief coming on Sunday in the Northeast. But now to the severe storms fueled by the heat. It's tonight and tomorrow in the Midwest, and then tomorrow and Saturday the 4th in the Northeast, potentially impacting fireworks. Remember, though, you can always stay safe and cool inside and watch us right here on ABC with our special America 250. Can't wait to join you, David.
Well, that's a nice little plug. Lee, thanks so much. In fact, our team from Diane Sawyer to Robin Roberts all across this country, we're going to be taking you to America's wonders. So, yes, if you need to stay cool, come on inside, tune in. We'll be celebrating America's 250th. I'll be on the air all day Saturday, 5 a.m. with the first sunrise over America. Can guess where that will be. So we'll see you Saturday. Stay cool with us. Thanks, Lee. In the meantime, we turn to the other news tonight, and here in New York City, the arrests and now the felony charges tonight after millions watched those 2 suspects climb to the top of the Empire State Building. Tonight, authorities right here on what the security cameras now reveal. Sources telling ABC News they got into the Empire State Building the day before and slept there overnight. Going through a security hatch on the 102nd floor, a lock had been broken on the 104th floor. Here's Aaron Katersky again tonight.
Tonight, 24 hours after their harrowing climb to the top of the Empire State Building without ropes, with millions watching, the daredevils came back to earth.
Is it worth it? Was it worth it?
To be arrested and face felony charges.
2 geniuses climbed to the top of the Empire State Building, the top of the spire.
Tonight, we're learning new details about the stunning security breach. Sources tell ABC News Angelina Nicolaou and Ivan Kuznetsov bought tickets to the Empire State Building, entering on Tuesday, the day before their stunt, and hiding out overnight. The next morning at 5 a.m., the sources say a security camera caught the couple going through a hatch on the 102nd floor observation deck. Hours later, prosecutors say the pair left through the 104th floor, where a lock on a security door had been broken, clambering onto the antenna and unfurling a banner nearly 1,500 feet in the air. That antenna emits high-frequency radio signals powerful enough to cause harm to the human body. Elite NYPD officers had to wait for it to be shut down before they could approach.
You can't be up here.
Here's what the police commissioner said today about those officers.
These are men and women of uncommon valor. It really can take your breath away. But that is what the men and women of ESU do basically every day.
Prosecutors quoting Kuznetsov saying he wanted to do something special for his engagement. But tonight, Nicola's father back in Russia tells ABC News the couple is already married, calling the proposal a performance. I asked them directly.
Are you guys secretly already married? Was this a real engagement? Why is the power of love message important
Yes,
now?
we'll answer later. Right now we're not ready. We just need to relax. And sleep for sure. It was very cold last night.
They ducked into the subway, pausing on the stairwell for a kiss. Tonight, David, those 2 are facing charges, including reckless endangerment and criminal mischief. Their lawyer says that's too much for a couple trying to send a message of love. The police are trying to send a different message, David.
Gotta love it when our investigative reporter shows up and starts asking questions. Aaron, we appreciate it. Meantime, there's another major security event unfolding at this hour in Manhattan tonight. We have now seen sniper teams spotted on the roof, streets closed at Madison Square Garden. Major security changes tonight involving the streets of New York City in that area for Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce's two-day wedding. Morgan Norwood on the major security presence at this hour.
After days of secrecy, tonight the two-day wedding celebration for Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce kicking off at Madison Square Garden, starting with the rehearsal dinner for 100 guests. The arena under tight security, an NYPD sniper team arriving and setting up on the roof. Police setting up barricades and closing off streets. Crews rolling in equipment to put the finishing touches, reportedly transforming Madison Square Garden into a fairy tale set. And Swifties hoping to catch just a glimpse of the spectacle dubbed America's Royal Wedding.
In my brain, it's royalty. I feel like this is the American royal wedding at this point. Yeah.
It's definitely a one-of-a-kind sort of thing.
And the guest watch is on. Friends like Sabrina Carpenter and Ed Sheeran already spotted in the area. Tomorrow, an even bigger celebration with more than 1,000 guests partying from about 4 p.m. till 4 a.m. Saturday.
And David, here on the ground, security here is tight. We saw that sniper team setting up on the roof and the NYPD commissioner confirming an event taking place here at Madison Square Garden. But tomorrow is where we expect that security perimeter to grow even larger with even more street closures, David.
Morgan Norwood with us tonight. Morgan, thank you. Tonight, the Justice Department now charging a former American Olympian for damaging the reflecting pool in Washington. President Trump spent $16 million in taxpayer money to paint and renovate the pool. He blamed vandals for the algae and peeling paint. Now that former Olympian has been charged, and tonight he says he did nothing wrong. Here's Mary Bruce.
Tonight, the Justice Department bringing felony charges against former American Olympian David Hearn, accusing him of damaging the reflecting pool 2 weeks after he was arrested on the National Mall. President Trump spent $16 million in taxpayer money to refurbish the pool, but just 1 week later, it turned green with algae, parts of its freshly painted bottom rising to the surface. Trump blamed vandals, not his hand-picked contractors.
They put a big gash, 350 feet long. Think of that, 350-foot gash.
Today, U.S. Attorney Jeanine Pirro accusing Hearn of damaging approximately 2 square feet.
The National Park Service employees observed Hearn actually forcefully and violently pulling up and removing the bottom liner with both hands.
President Trump claims the alleged vandals used box cutters.
They came in with box cutters and they cut it up.
Today, reporters asking what Hearn allegedly used.
Did he have any tools, or was it just his bare hands?
Right now, we believe it's his bare hands, both hands.
So does that indicate in your belief that it was probably damaged before, or do you believe that he...
Oh, he damaged it.
Further, but do you believe it had already been damaged before?
He damaged the pool.
Hearn told ABC News he was biking near the pool when he saw a piece of loose paint in the water and reached out and touched the end. He insists he's no vandal, just a curious, concerned citizen.
And David, in a statement tonight, Hearn's attorneys insist he is innocent and say, quote, these charges are outrageous and should be alarming to every American, adding this indictment reflects the administration's effort to shift blame for their own failures. David.
Mary Bruce live at the White House. Thanks, Mary. Now to the deadly confrontation in a Walmart parking lot. This is in North Lauderdale, Florida. Police say video tonight shows a man shot and killed by a woman over a parking spot. Here's Rhiannon Alley.
Tonight, this confrontation over a parking space turning deadly outside a Walmart in Florida, leaving 62-year-old Bart DeGuglielmo on the ground, dying of a gunshot wound.
Female shot someone outside in the parking lot. Both out there were fighting over a parking spot.
An eyewitness telling ABC News it all started 5 minutes earlier with the two drivers yelling at each other through open windows. The man then parked his car, partially blocking the spot, and walked into the store. The witness says the woman managed to slip into the spot anyway. He came out, moved his car, and walked off for a cigarette. The woman is seen getting out of her car, phone in one hand, gun in the other. The witness says a person in the white car tells her the man is waiting nearby. He's seen walking towards her as she points the gun at him. He then follows her around a car. The witness says the woman repeatedly warned him she'll shoot if he keeps coming at her. He appears to leave, but then returns and she opens fire. Police say the woman claims she acted in self-defense.
The way that Stand Your Ground has evolved in Florida, you're entitled to use deadly force if you believe that you're defending yourself or your property from deadly force or a forcible felony.
David, tonight that woman is no longer in custody. The shooting is now under investigation and prosecutors will decide whether charges will be filed. David?
Rhiannon Alley with us tonight. Rhiannon, thank you. Now to the newly released video sources say show the moment that the U.S. Coast Guard seized a boat while searching for that missing American wife. The husband says she was swept away. Here's Victor Akendo.
Tonight, new body camera video shows the moment sources say the U.S. Coast Guard seizes the Soulmate, the sailboat owned by Brian and Lynette Hooker, the woman who went missing in the Bahamas.
Captain, how many people on board? How many people on board?
The Coast Guard boarding the sailboat on May 9th, 1 month after Brian says Lynette fell from their dinghy and was swept away by the ocean. The two men, who are not identified, tell the Coast Guard they are taking that boat, the Soulmate, to Fernandina Beach in North Florida.
For the owner. Yeah, is he going to meet you there?
I don't think so, no.
So right now the boat's being seized?
While the hookers are not named in the video, sources told ABC News the boat does belong to them. Last month, Coast Guard divers searched for Lynette in a new area off Elbow Key, near where the boat was previously anchored. This after U.S. officials said GPS data recovered from her husband's electronic devices did not match what he told police.
David, the Coast Guard concluded that search last month without revealing what they found. If anything, the Soulmate remains in Florida. David?
Victor Akendo on this case again tonight. Victor, thanks. Tonight, the war in Ukraine, Russia unleashing a massive attack targeting Kyiv, launching nearly 500 drones and more than a dozen missiles. Ukraine reporting at least 22 people have been killed. Back at the U.S. tonight, into American jobs now. The U.S. adding 57,000 jobs last month. That's lower than expected. Analysts tonight pointing to rising inflation and the war in Iran for slower job growth. When we come back, a lot more news ahead. This remarkable moment, 8 days now after those earthquakes. Look at this. A man has been pulled out alive from the rubble. How this happened. Also, the Tesla driver crashing through a home here in the U.S., killing a woman inside. That's just incredible, and what's happened now to that driver. And tonight, with the 4th of July nearly here, there's a potato chip recall tonight. The FDA calling it its highest level of recall. We'll have much more on this in just a moment. Tonight, 8 days after those two back-to-back earthquakes, rescuers pulling a man out alive in Venezuela. A married father of two trapped under a destroyed shopping mall, pulled out and then carried away on a stretcher. Just incredible. The rescue operation taking 120 hours. You can hear the applause there. Back here in the U.S. tonight, the Tesla driver who crashed into a home in Texas, killing a woman inside. He's now been charged with manslaughter tonight. Michael Butler appearing in court today. Tesla says the car was going 73 miles per hour. Butler claims he was operating the car in self-driving mode, something tonight Tesla denies. When we come back here, with the 4th of July almost here, the major potato chip recall tonight, the FDA is calling this their highest level of recall. We'll have more. And what the U.S. men's team has pulled off, we'll go to Whit Johnson. To the index tonight, a dramatic volcanic eruption in the Philippines, the Taal volcano spewing lava, plumes rising more than 4,000 feet into the air. Tonight, the FDA now upgrading that major potato chip recall now to its highest level, the recall of Zapp's and Dirty Brand chips, the highest risk level made by Utz because of potential salmonella contamination. When we come back here tonight, what the U.S. men's team has just pulled off. Tonight, the World Cup thriller, and Whit Johnson was there.
Tonight, the U.S. World Cup team marches on after winning their first knockout game in 24 years over Bosnia and Herzegovina. Celebrations erupting across the country, from Seattle to Kansas City to D.C. Valerian Balogun giving the U.S. the lead in the 45th minute, but in the second half receiving a controversial red card.
It's not intentional, it's just the two of them were tangled up.
America's top goal scorer ejected and will miss the next game too, FIFA confirming it cannot be overturned. But later, Malik Tillman delivering a stunning free kick.
Tillman!
A gritty 2-0 win on home soil.
We won! Yeah!
I've been waiting a long time for this. This is awesome. We're coming for you, Cup. We're coming all the way.
And David, the U.S. team now has a major test ahead, facing powerhouse Belgium, round of 16 in Seattle on Monday. David.
It was incredible. Thanks, Whit. And a reminder about tomorrow night in prime time. Have a look. Good night.
It's never been done before. Now, Friday night, from the people who illuminated the Eiffel Tower and Notre Dame Cathedral in Paris in spectacular laser light shows. What will they do with Lady Liberty for America's historic birthday? And what sensational Grammy-winning star will perform under the lights? And David Muir climbs to the top of the torch.
Lady Liberty, as you've never seen her before.
Friday night on ABC and across the Disney networks as Disney celebrates America 250. David Muir, the most trusted, most watched newscast in America. And now, World News Tonight has won the Emmy for Best Live News Program for the 4th year in a row.